Hello people and welcome to this debrief. Apologies about the noise, not a lot I can do about it. And also if you can I'm just trying to keep an eye on my little girl coming home. This might be a shorter debrief than normal just because my little one is not well. So I just want to make sure he's okay. There's not a lot I can do. He got full of cold, bless him. But yeah, so I don't want to be down here too long. My mental health is about a 4. It's not great, but that is what it is. Not a lot I can do about it at the moment. So yeah. But yeah, how are we all doing? How do we all feel after last night? Evening Glenn, evening Barry. How you two? Apology for coming on a little bit early, and also apology for being a little bit late. That is going to do my head in all night. But yeah, it is what it is. Not a lot I can do about it. But here's the thing. Sheffield Wednesday last night got a very good result versus Blackpool in the Cup. And you know what? A lot of people really looked at it really well and went, hey, a good result versus a good people, a good team. And it shows a bit. But we are seeing things where I keep seeing little patterns. And the little patterns I keep seeing is every time we go to the 70th minute, we start to tire a lot. Yeah, there was some good bits and some crap. Yeah, I agree. But the crap, but again, Danny said today in the press conference last night, like talking to media, he turned around and said that the small criticisms, and there were more criticisms, 100%. There were very small criticisms. I don't think there were anything we needed to be worried about, kind of thing. Apologies, I just keep checking that door, making sure. But I don't think it's anything that we need to be worried about because we can get it all sorted. But it has shown that we are doing well and we're getting the right things right with a B side. A B side is something you want. You want a side that can turn up. I thought when we were getting forward, we were looking promising. That first half, we were pinging the ball around so much. And the thing is, we started to see that, what's he called? Ingleson had got a whip on him. He got such a good ball delivery. And that's something we've not had for a while in terms of somebody who looked like he could potentially either replace Barry Bannon into that sense or even just be in the crosses. And he whipped in some incredible balls and he looked really good. I think he can be turning into one like a bit of a Paul Valentine, where Paul took a long time to get going only because he was getting used to the English game. Once he got used to the English game, he was fine. And I thought Sean impressed me last time. Sean is just keep steady doing really good performances. I thought Sean was impressive. As was Gabrielle. They both looked very strong and knew what they were doing. And the thing is, you've got two youngsters there who already know how they're wanting to play, how the manager wants them to play, and how they're getting forward. And that's something you can only be really happy about as a manager, because you want that kind of thing. You want to have those players coming through. These are the players that you hope do well enough, and then you get, say, a big club come out in for them, or say the next load of academy players who are going to do well. And we haven't had that for a long time. We've not had the academy bring us some gems. Or if we have, they've had the head turned all too quickly. And that's the thing. As soon as they've had the head turned, it's all changed again. So it's one of those things where you look at it and you go, maybe there's something else you can do out. Did you sort the power block? Yeah, mate. Or I wouldn't have power right now. Yeah, but the power went out just as I was uploading the video. About like 10-ish, it went out, and it was like 9:45-ish, 9:50. It went out, and we had no power. Or we didn't have any internet either, because the tower went out as well. The phone math went, and then the internet went. My only criticism, I'd like to see McNeil play more. Yeah, same. I'd like to see McNeil play a lot more, but we didn't manage to do that. We didn't manage to get any of that sorted, which I'm kind of gutted about. I was looking forward to seeing more of him play. And the thing is, the more you look, the more you think, is there something else you could get out of him? I'd like to see him in a league game. I don't want to see him in like one of the cup games. I want to see him in a league game. If we can see him in a league game, that made me sound like a Leeds then. If we can see him in a league game, it'd be good. It takes to make, mate, how you can lose power in this thing. Oh, mate, it's not really. If you think about it logically, we are Moore Island, and at the end of the day, things kind of happen. It always the cases how it happens. Jesus Christ. They should tell scary stories about Liam, Sean, Claire. Yeah, it's always shown that people go and have a look. It always seems like we're always going to have that kind of they'll go play somewhere else where it's better. Does anyone else think we've got a good bunch? Yeah, I think we do. I think there's a good bunch. I think there's a good bunch in the squad. I think there's a good bunch in the academy. I think all in all, everything's slowly starting to come together again. And it's really good to see because everything's starting to go in the right direction when you look at things. I think for me, we just got to start moving into that area where they come through a little bit better. And they are developed a little bit better where we're not constantly having to wait for people. But we always have a good win when things go down. It happens, like you say. Yeah, it does. I think the thing is, for me, last night showed that we are a side that is developing. And the problem we've also had is we've done well when it's been cup games. Cup games have been fantastic. League games, we've been okay. But more importantly, the clean sheet is the thing that I'm more impressed with. The clean sheet is the thing that I'm more impressed with because we finally got it sorted in terms of the way we played and we kept them out. And that's something that we don't normally have that often as late. And we need to keep that going. If we can keep that going, then fantastic. If we can keep that clean sheet going at the weekend, even better. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard to keep that clean sheet. If we get something out of Poofy later on, I think he'll be knocking on the first. Well, we've got to wait for Poofy. Poofy is injured. Charles for clean sheet for us too. Yep, agree. If we can develop the players in cup games, then we can rely on them in league games when required. Agree. I think that's the thing. You just got to slowly start bedding them in. If you can start bedding them in, then you are sorted later on down the line. And the more times you can bed them in cup games, it helps you improve them as well. You don't have to think about, oh, what under 21 game can I throw them in? Kind of thing. If you've got games that you can do. Like, the thing is, we're going to get into the period of Christmas, not that far along, actually, which is scary, where it's going to go into the Tuesday, Saturday game plan. And when it starts going into the Tuesday, Saturday game plan, you're going to have the situation where when that starts happening, you might need to call upon the young lads a bit more to go, come on, let's get this sorted. League Cup games over. Oh, I hate the Papa John's, or the Bristol Street Motors, as it's called now. Not called the Papa John's. They do away. We are better in the cup this season. So, web for me, cups. Yeah, I kind of agree. The cups seem to be where we are doing the most as well. That young lad that came off he was a good player. Gabriel had a good pre-season with us. He looked decent. The only thing with the pre-season thing is there was a couple of times where he looked a bit out of it in terms of not ready yet, but he did well. He did really well. Gabriel Ogatumbai, or how I really say it. I'm never going to get it right. I'm struggling with it. Yeah, looks like a good one. 15 people watching. 8 likes, get those likes up, people. Much appreciate it. I saw your review. You mentioned Pierre being booked. It looked like something thrown at him. He went to yeah, it did look that way. There were two ways. It looked like things were getting thrown at him, but it also looked like you couldn't hear the whistle at the same time. And he got booked for it and he just carried on with it. I don't think Charles is someone who does time waste. I'll be honest with you. Can we have a cup league, please? Yeah. No, I don't want that because that sounds too much like not the Europa League, the Nations League. We've already got that. But the thing is, for me, is it's a sign of things starting to work. But we got to start turning the screw a little bit more in the game. We have to start playing to our advantage with how we do. Like, second half, we did drop off a little bit. And we dropped off when they brought in all the players off the bench. That energy. Where the problem we have, we don't seem to have that energy off the bench yet. Maybe there's some players that can do that. I thought Gassama, when he came on, was absolutely fantastic. Like, Gassama had an excellent game. Like, really good game. Played some good football. Masaba getting booked was a pain in the arse. Masaba, when he got booked, was just stupid. Why don't you throw your head at it? You could tell it was pure frustration. And I genuinely think Danny's hooked him at half time due to him going, what are you doing? Where's your head at? And gone, your head's not in the game. We're not going to do this game. So I think there's a part of me that's where he had the situation going, that's why you're not going to play the rest of the game. I think he saw enough with that handball to go, yeah, you're not there. And it's weird. Masaba's dropped off a little bit. Like, he'll do good 10 minutes and then he drops off. Then he does another good 10 minutes and drops off. And it seems like he can't stay in that consistent spell. And that's the thing for me. Some people saying it's only a cup game and the opponents are poor. Deep people speak who aren't Wenty fans. It mate of mine who I think the thing is it's a cup game, but I've heard plenty of Wenty fans say it's a cup game. It doesn't mean anything. And in one sense, they're right. The cup games are not going to help us out the league or get a good league position. They'll help us with the money situation, but they won't help us with anything else. So yeah, the thing is, when he came off, you could tell he knew he was coming off. It's like he'd been told, make something happen or you're going to be offed. And the thing is, you can't have that with a player. A player can't have that attitude, because if you had that attitude, it's going to stick. And we can't have players sticking with that attitude forward. We have to be smarter with it all. And this is the thing that annoys me. You need to get better. More than likely, we'll get a big draw in the last 18. More than likely, we are the last Yorkshire club in as well now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens and see who we come against. And it just means we'll just have another game midweek. If we go a bit further, we go a bit further. But we got to be in the right direction. If that makes sense. It's got to be in the right direction. We've got to move to sort out where we're going. And that's the thing for me. We are the last Yorkshire team left now. We are. But it was a good performance. Again, it was another one of those good performance, but there were little signs that started to annoy me, like 70th minute when they brought on their sub, they looked better. We struggled with that for a little bit. When they got the corners right near the end, we all had that sinking feeling like something was going to happen. It was like, oh no, not again. Let's not do this again. Big draw, you say, it's going to be Preston at home. Yeah, it probably is. I don't like players who think they're bigger than and better than the club. I think they deserve a place in the team all time. Who's the lowest ranked team left in it? Is it Walsall? They don't play until next week. Probably if Walsall. You might be right. I haven't looked. I'll have a look in a bit. The one game I will talk about, granted, not a Wednesday game. What about the Fulham game? 34, 36 penalties. What the hell was that about? I have never known a penalty shootout like that in my life. In my life, I have never known a penalty shootout like that at all. Like, insane. Absolutely insane. But the thing is, what we got to do now is we've got to take the performance versus QPR, and we've got to take the performance versus Blackpool, and we're going to merge them into two against Luton. Now, versus Luton, what we need to do is really just work a lot harder. Work a bit harder. Get that get that clean sheet again. If we can get that clean sheet again, fantastic. Kind of thing. If we get that clean sheet, absolute fantastic versus Luton, I'll be even happier. But we've not had a clean sheet. This is our first clean sheet since the Plymouth game, and we need more of them. More clean sheets, get the goal difference down, start scoring more. The nice thing when we played QPR was that we managed to score. We managed to make a lot of chances, but we just didn't bury any. This is where that's got to change. I think now it's going to be a case of, right, we're making the chances again. How do we bury these? How do we make sure that we're getting the best stuff for us? Barrowmate and Wimbledon. Thank you, Colin. But it'll be interesting to see what Danny does for the Luton game. What team will he pick? Is there anyone who's going to stay in it? I am very intrigued to see how he plays it and goes about it, because I think there's going to be some interesting choices. I saw someone the other day say Ogbo shouldn't be playing. Drop him kind of thing, saying, no, we're not doing well with him. And I get it and I don't get it at the same time. It's like, got to give him chance. You got to remember when Ogbo came in at Cardiff, he had a pre-season with Troyes. Now with us, he's not had a pre-season. And you got to remember when he came into us, he's already been playing week in or close to week in, week out with Cardiff. So he's already up to speed. So you already had a player that's already ready to go, all singing, all dancing, knew where the back of the net is. They already had that situation sorted. So we're probably waiting a little bit longer. It'll feel a little bit like Pervader if we sign Pervader in the same way. But I don't know. For me, it's interesting. Upper still behind and will be another 4-5. I think it'll be about 4-5 games as well. I think he's not far off. He's not far off, but I think we were always going to have that issue with Ugbo. Ugbo was always going to have the issue with what was going on and how it was being. So we have to be smart with that one and how we go about it. Because at the end of the day, if we're not smart about it, you could jeopardize all the good work he's done by getting on him. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think you need to get on top of him. I don't think you need to get on him at all yet. I think right now we just keep supporting him and the players. But we got through. That's the main thing. The main thing we got through, and that's all you can ask for in this. But yeah, I was very impressed with the way we grinded out a result to a point. I thought Bernard was fantastic. They got the 2 goals that he did go. The one that got chalked off, it's a shame it didn't count. It was a fantastic ball in. It was a fantastic diving header. I thought Pato was trying to get a goal, but snapped at a couple. So we would have to be careful with that. But at the same time, these things happen. This is football. The best thing is we got the result we needed. And that's all that matters. Let's just go have a look at the stats from last night as well, because I'm intrigued by that. Champions League build up tonight, isn't it? Yeah. Tuesday. Last night. The last night in the best stats, excuse me. We had 11 shots and 3 on target to their 7 and 1. 4 shots off target each. 4 shot block, 2 shot block for them. Hyper went the next draw. The next draw is next week, mate. It's next week. I think it's at the 25th, I want to say. I think it's 25th after the 25th game. Yeah. Champions League on a Thursday. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's this new format thing they're doing, isn't it? There's this whole new format thing. It's the like Man City versus Inter. It feels weird. It feels very wrong. It's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday, mate. That's normal. Bayern won 9-2. Can go 4 hat tricks of penalties. Jesus. We've done the East Coast and West Coast. Now it's time for the South Coast with Southampton away. Not a bad shout, mate. Not a bad shout. But yeah, I am very interested to see what we do. Well, this is the Super League though, isn't it? Because they didn't get the Super League they originally wanted, so they're going right. We'll use it in the Champions League, and there is a part of me that is like, I don't like that format. I think the format's crap generally. I'm not a fan of it, but we don't get to talk about it. To be fair, the format for us in Champions League, not us. Yeah, Champions League game tomorrow night. Thank you, mate. There we go. I'm a bit out of the loop. I've got a lot of stuff on this week, so I'm a little bit out of it. In terms of the headspace, the Champions League tomorrow night with Arsenal. But yeah, well, I thought last night was a very good performance by Wednesday. Got the job done. Managed to see the game out. And that's the main thing. We saw the game out and it sets us ready for Luton. And the first thing they've done is recovery today. Those who have played, train Thursday, Friday, ready for Luton, go down Friday night, and hopefully we get it all sorted. And we are good to go and ready to face Luton. I think it'll be a very tough game. Generally, I think it'll be a very, very tough game. But I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to seeing how Wednesday cope against it, because I think it could be one of those games that'll be very interesting to see. But we gave Debrief his first loss as well, which is good. Every game in the Championship. Oh, yeah, there isn't an easy game in the Championship. Like, generally, there's no easy game in the Championship. I think it's probably one of the most open but also toughest leagues this year, in one sense, when you look at the actual league as a whole. Because I generally think when you look at it, you've got the people who come down. Man City or Southampton. Oh, I'll take Man City. Even though we might get mashed, but I wouldn't mind Man City. You look at it, the West Brom, Sunderland, but everybody apart from, say, Blackburn and possibly Watford, but I think Watford are doing the right thing this year. So the top 6 looks about right apart from Watford and Blackburn. You would normally think Leeds and maybe a Norwich would be there. But then you look, Oxford are in 7th, Derby are in 8th, Leeds are in 9th, and then you look at the bottom 3, it's Hull, Pompey, Cardiff. So it's interesting. I remember when they being 2-0 up at Luton, 0 shots on target, then second on lost 3-2. Yeah, that happens. I remember that game, it wasn't good. Not a fan of being remembered. I don't think we got a good record at Luton, to be fair. Have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what the record is. Luton have won 8 direct matches. Sheffield Wednesday only won 2. 5 matches ended in a draw. So it's not a happy hunting ground for us at all. The Easy Brown game. Oh God, yes, that was it. The corner. Oh well. No, I do not want Haaland going 20 goals against us. Yeah. But yeah, I'd be interested. Generally, I'd be interested to see what Wendy can do. Maybe they want those games where we turn the corner. We turn the corner and we make something happen. The got Oaks and David Pleat Derby, yeah. Last one I remember at Luton was FA Cup replay because we got Chelsea in the next round. Enough. Go checking something here. Things. Minute. I am still here, guys, so just bear with me. Early 2019, I think. Haaland won't play. It'll be 20-year-old hat trick. Yeah. Or maybe Haaland wants to come and just see what it's like. We'll see. But we'll see. We haven't got a good hunting record versus them. But I'll be interested to see who we get in the cup next. Next week's interesting actually because it's Luton, then it's West Brom at 12:30. So nice 12:30 kickoff, which is good. Which I don't mind that because it gets my day out of the way. We haven't played Luton for a while. They went away down to Comfort some years ago, and only recent year we've played them. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It's all going to be good fun to see how we get on because at the end of the day, you don't know how it'll be. Luton are a little bit there for the taking. I do agree with you there, Russ. Just because I do think they're not a good team at the minute. I think they're struggling, but at the same time, a win for them could put them in the right direction. And that's the thing you've got to be very intrigued about. Because if they get it in the right direction, like the win had done, it's amazing what that can do to suddenly change how you do things. Like generally, that could change how everything goes for you. So I am intrigued in that sense to see what Wednesday do. Because I think it could be really interesting to see if they are up and around it and ready to go. Because for me, they're not there. But last night was a good step in the right direction. Let's put it that way. Good step in the right direction to get it. A lot of fans will say Luton's not a big club, but they've been in the they have been in the Prem, yeah, agree. But I don't think they spent the money wisely when they're in the Prem. There was a lot of deals that got done which you thought, on paper, they should work. But the game on paper isn't played. They're played on grass. And you've seen it before where some clubs have done this and then immediately lost a lot of their stars. I think sometimes the club that sometimes go up and builds a semi-decent championship top half to lower Prem team does better. But we'll see. We'll see on that one because I am not 100% sure on that one, to be fair, myself. But the Luton game will be interesting. I'll be doing a roundup on Friday night. So, yeah, that'll be good to do. Yeah, Friday night roundup. Debrief for next Monday. Christ, the Luton game indeed, mate. Last time we played City in the Cup, we lost 1-0. Held our own for most part. I also remember the game when Newhugh and Make scored in that one. The famous yellow kit, the Azerbaijan kit. Not famous for the reason we wanted it to be famous for, but it was famous because of the way it looked. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I generally think last night was a good win. It made us realise there's still bit to do. And Danny has said that himself. Danny said there was still more criticisms. So you can't judge a club on its fan base and history and what the club achieved. Yeah, I agree. Like, the thing is, if you look at what clubs have done in the past, we all know that with Sheffield United, anyone who sees that if you're looking at what has happened, people go with what you said and go, they've been in the Prem quicker than you have. So it's interesting. If anyone is venturing down there, basically a friend of mine had got us a ticket for it, but he's a Luton fan, and I'm in Luton seats. Oh, Jack, you're gonna have to not celebrate. You cannot celebrate if when they go, you could get your ass kicked. So you're gonna have to sit there on your hands like this, going, "Oh God, that Wendy team scored again! Oh God damn it!" Secretly smiling inside. So, yeah. You're going to have fun on that one, mate. I don't envy you. I've done that before. Did that with Forest. We went to the Forest Wednesday game. When Fortieri jumped into the crowd. No, it wasn't the Fortieri one. We did do that one. We did Semedo Day. Semedo Day at Forest. And my uncle got us a ticket to go through the Forest fan, but we were sat in the home end. So it was interesting. A lot of fans can be up their own arses. It's like it's all subjectable, mate. with what they do. Like generally, it's all subjective of what they do. It's can all be different and how it goes. It might be back. Nope. I think that's actually walking. I think a couple of people are getting annoyed though. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right, before we end the stream, because I'm not going late, 'cause my little boy's not well, so I want to get in the house and just make sure he's okay. But before we end the stream, who do you want in the next round? Put in who you want in the next round. 21 people. So give me who you want in the next round. I sat in the home end at Goodison with Edison found when we won 3-1 the Canio with the Pembrose. So hard not to, especially with can imagine with that one, mate. Who do you want in the next one? Barrow. Glenn want Barrow. The 21 of you in the chat, so watching. So come on, give me a name. Give me some clubs. Man, you will do you. I'm sat in the home name for anyway several times, so used to be such a celebration. Long way to go, but midweek or Arsenal or Tottenham, Man U, Preston at home, the bigger quarterfinal. I like some of these answers so far. I'm not against them. Generally, I'm not against them. There's some good answers. I think for me, whoever you get in, whoever you can like get in the next round, it'll be good. A bit more money in the coffers as well. That helps. Having a bit more money will help a bit as well. So I think it makes a lot of sense who we try and get next and want a big scalp. Bigger scalp, better it is going forward. But I generally think it's one of those things where we've got to look at it really smartly and just prepare for it like we have done in next ones. But guys, shorter stream than normal. But yeah, not been that bad. It's been about 37, 38. We'll go a little bit longer. But yeah, it's been an interesting one. If Wimbledon Barrow will also win their game next week, true. We'll see. We'll see who gets it. We'll see who actually comes and gets to in the next round, because we could get some bad ones in the next round and be like, oh, that sucks. Or we could get an absolute pearl and get a Prem team and it'd be fantastic. So we'll see. It all depends. I won't mind Everton. I won't mind Everton in the next round. Just because you got Everton, I think there could be a good chance of doing well in that. Personally, I generally think that's one that we could probably do well in. Click on them. 4 golden victors. Yeah. Oh no, Southampton won. Never mind. Sorry, never mind. I just realised Southampton won on penalties. I'm so tired. I'm very tired. Yeah. Liverpool, but a good game. They're going against 3-3. I don't want Liverpool. That's one I don't want. I don't want Liverpool. That is what I will say no to. Immediately. Liverpool, what I will say no to. Ian and Alex, I'm not going to be on for long. I'll be stopping soon. Cause my little one isn't very well, so I want to get down and make sure he's okay and stuff. So I'll be ending soon. But yeah, 22 people watching, 16 likes. Can we get the likes up, people? Much appreciate it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It is going to be interesting what they do next. whatever they do next, it will be interesting. And I hope Sheffield Wednesday can get Newcastle at home. That's not again. We had Newcastle last time, and we had a lot of stuff on that one that I wasn't very happy about. Right, guys, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna go spend some time with my other half and make sure my little boy's okay. So I'm gonna go and chill for a bit. So I will speak to you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.